is Dani'i and welcome to this update video this morning. So we'll be talking about Hurricane Ernesto. So yesterday, Ernesto strengthened into a hurricane and is now the third hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season this year. So it is going to be making its way up to the north and has prompted a hurricane warning for Bermuda as hurricane conditions are expected as we head into this weekend. So we're going to be looking at the latest forwards. We'll be talking about the Caribbean as well as the rainfall forecast for today for the region as well. So let's get straight to it. Alright, and so here we're taking a look at this surface chart. There's a lot of things going on, but there we have where Ernesto is. We can see that hurricane symbol, and then there are two more tropical waves out there. So one is approaching the Caribbean, another is not far behind it. And going back to the satellite imagery here, we can see some activity out there, that little cluster of showers and thunderstorms. So as this makes its way to the west and approaches the Lesser Antilles, there could be an increase in rainfall, but it is important to note that neither of the tropical waves out there is marked for some development. And then we can see that prominent hurricane out there, Ernesto. So as I said, it is making its way up to the north. It brought its impacts to the Caribbean. It resulted in a lot of heavy rainfall. It caused some damage, flooding as well. And even now, some areas are probably still without electricity. So you can let me know what's going on for you if you've been impacted by Ernesto. So it is going to stay well offshore the Turks and Caicos Islands and Bahamas. As for the Caribbean region, as we take a closer look here, we can see just a few showers, thunderstorms scattered around. It's a pretty sunny morning for many of us, and even for northern South America as well. So for the Guianas, nothing much is going on right now. Head into the rainfall forecast for today for the region. Here we can see some of those very high rainfall totals. Now that's all going to be offshore. So rainfall amounts probably exceeding 6 going up to 7 inches of rainfall. That's going to be likely well offshore as the system makes its way up to the north. So there could still be some scattered showers around and thunderstorms for parts of Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, not associated with Ernesto, by the way, for Jamaica. Then for Cuba, some afternoon showers, thunderstorms possible, much not expected for the Cayman Islands. And then for the northern Bahamas, Florida, there could be some activity around there. Central America has been quite active, so as we head into later today, we could see some thunderstorm activity kicking up in the area. And then for parts of Colombia, Venezuela, not a whole lot expected either. And then for the Lesser Antilles, there could be some showers and thunderstorms, especially from around Dominica southward, including Barbados. So that area could be a little bit active later today. ABC Islands likely to be in the clear. Virgin Islands likely to be a pretty sunny day today. Similar thing for much of the Guianas. So that includes Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. Going to Ernesto, this is a look at the latest cone forecast. We can see here that it is sustaining winds up to 85 miles per hour. Of course, gusts are higher than that, and it is expected to strengthen as we head into throughout today and even into tomorrow as well. It's likely to become a major hurricane, which means winds exceeding 110 miles per hour. So it's likely to become a Cat 3. So Cat 3 to Cat 5, that is a major hurricane classification right there. But Cat 1, Cat 2, just regular hurricanes. So it is likely to reach major hurricane status. However, weakening is expected as we head to the weekend. And then we can see that red highlight right there. So that's highlighting the island of Bermuda, which is under that hurricane warning. So if you're in Bermuda right now, preparations are to be made for this system because it is likely to unleash a lot of heavy rainfall, those strong winds, as well as that storm surge. The seas out there are going to be very, very unsettled and dangerous. And then as it is going to be making its way further up to the north, it will be moving out a lot quicker and is likely to become post-tropical by Tuesday of next week. And currently, it is moving to the north at 13 miles per hour. So it's not moving as quickly compared to as it was approaching the Caribbean. It has slowed down and now it is moving at least somewhere around half the pace at which it was originally moving when it just became classified as a potential tropical cyclone and then a tropical storm. In terms of the seas, here we're taking a look at what GFS is expecting. So this is for this morning. We can see all of these different colorful shadings. We see green, we see yellow, we see orange, red, those purples, the pinks. So matching that to the key to the right side of our screen, that is indicating those wave heights probably up to or beyond 35 feet out there. So with Ernesto, the seas are very, very high. And then as it is going to be approaching Bermuda, we can see Bermuda within some of those shadings of those pinks. So well over 25 feet in terms of those wave heights. So it is going to be very, very dangerous out there. So it's not just the wind, it's not just the rain, but also the storm surge. There's going to be a lot of that for the tiny island. So guys, as I said, if you're there, please ensure that you're making all necessary preparations to hunker down and ride out the storm. And so as Ernesto is going to be moving out, it's going to weaken. Here's a look at the sea surface temperature graphic. So those very warm waters of at least 26 degrees Celsius are conducive to allow for intensification to happen. But when we have these tropical cyclones, and as they make their way up and out, they're going to be moving into much cooler waters. So that is expected as we head into late this weekend and early next week for Ernesto. Hence, it will weaken and eventually dissipate out there. So it left its mark in the Caribbean for some of the islands, and now Bermuda is the next target area there. So even if it doesn't make landfall, it could be close enough to unleash very dangerous impacts. And I mean, Bermuda is a very easy island to miss, and a little shift can make a huge difference for Bermuda. So it is under a hurricane warning, guys. Please listen to your local officials, and of course I'll keep you updated as necessary. So that is it for this update this morning, and I hope you found it to be informative. But if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.